When Karina told me she didn't want a typical ring, I thought I'd get creative. So I decided to figure out how to make a ring out of wood. This is what I came up with. Check out the steps I took to figure out how to make the ring. So the first thing I'm going to do is select my wood. I take a straight edge, I take the veneer piece, lay it flat, and I'll rip it a little wider than I want it. Sometimes even twice as wide, because I might do an inlay in her ring. Now that I have all my pieces ripped to the length I want, and my water's boiled, I can throw them in the pot. What do you think, Coots? He's excited. I'm gonna let them boil for 1 hour. And Karina says I never cook. Now what I'm gonna do is take the wood out and coil it as tight as I can. Notice as I do it over the steam, and that helps get it nice and tight for my ring blank. I wrap that up so it can't go anywhere, and I'm gonna let it dry overnight. Now that I let them dry overnight, I can start taking the tape off and gluing them to the size I want. I don't actually know Karina's ring finger size, so when she wasn't looking, I put my hand up against hers, and her ring finger pretty much matched my pinky. So that's what we're gonna go with. I have a 13mm socket set, which I'm gonna wrap the wood around and glue, and that's how I'm gonna get the diameter of the ring. First things first, I'm gonna take some sandpaper and just kill the edge to get a tighter bond. Then, I'm gonna put this wrench here just for weight to help stretch out my wood, and I can start wrapping it around the socket. Put some CA glue down, and that's gonna bond the wood together. I'm gonna continue that process until I have it tightly wrapped around my socket set. Now that I have it around the socket nice and tight, I'll remove it from the socket, press firmly till the glue dries, and now that it's nice and tight, I'll let it sit overnight, and then we can start shaping it. That's where the fun really begins. So I'll put a drill bit on the end of it, put some tape around it, put tie wire to turn the drill on. What I'll do is I'll put the ring blank on the end of the drill bit, and then just like a lathe, it will spin around, and I can sand it by cutting it to size, trim it, and get it exactly the way I want it. Next, I'm gonna grab some veneer. I'm gonna rip it into squares. Now that I have my pieces, I'm gonna laminate it together. Now it's crucial I line these two pieces up together. So I'm gonna clamp it down so it can't move. Cut as much wood out as possible before I put it back on the drill. Okay, now that I got as much wood removed as possible, I'm gonna put it back on the drill and sand it smooth. Now what I'm doing is trying to make it nice and straight and thinner. So now when you look at it, you can see the inlay inside and out. Just take some steel wool, get all the burrs off before I varnish. Now that it's sanded, we can varnish. Alright, now that I got all the rings, we'll let them dry. So all I have left now is to pop the question. And I have big plans for that. I'm gonna take her on top of a mountain, nobody's around, beautiful scenic views. I'm gonna show her the beginning of this video of how it's made, and then boom, hit her with the ring.
Oh, you're doing it.
We're doing it. I'm doing it.
Oh, good job.
Here's something very important. I want to ask your mom.
You do it again.
Karina Beverly Ho,
You're so silly.
will you do me the honor and Coots of being my wife? She said yes, Coots. She said yes. You want to eat Mommy's ring? I'm going to put it here. I'll give Mommy a big kiss.